All right, here we go. So we're using mods, Madden 25 PC. I wanted to show you a little bit like what this does before we get into game one. Uh, this mod is like the ultimate something mod by the Madden modding community. I don't know. Feel free to ask me, and I can give you instructions. But as you can see, like they've got some really good face scans there, and up like all of the rosters, like even like undrafted free agents. Let's see who's another one. Let's go Titans, Cam Ward. Then we'll go check out the Panthers real quick. I'm just going to talk here in the beginning just to kind of give you guys a heads up. I do this for fun. I'm just doing this for myself and recording in case anyone else wants to see it. You never know. You might see some great games here. All right. What else? So, uh, Tet. It's got tattoos. I don't like they have pictures. I don't know what they do to do the face scans, but yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. I like it. All right, let's talk a little bit about what I did in the roster. I wanted to keep everything kind of as is. I bumped Bryce Young just a tad because I felt that the whoever updated his overall was just ridiculous. I signed some mentor free agents, but with this mod, I don't. I'm in the process of finding out if it actually does anything. If it doesn't, then maybe I screwed up a little bit. But I didn't let go of anyone that I didn't want to. Um, I kept some practice squad players. Holy fuck! How the fuck did we get Isaiah Bond? Okay, that I did not sign him, but okay. Anyhow, I'm just now noticing that. But you can see like Musin Maham. Not everyone has pictures. You know, people or players who were more lowly rated didn't get their pictures updated. But um, let's see here. So we got Bryce, Chuba, ETN, Brooks is on IR. Let's go back to wide receivers. Thielen, McMillan, Leggett, Coker, Horn Jr., Renfro. Horn's going to be a kickoff and punt returner. Thielen's going to be my slot receiver. I'm going to so Mitchell Evans, I'm pretty excited about. So he's my second string tight end in the depth chart. I want to like Tremble, but it is what it is. Pretty much the same offensive line with a couple backups. So Kep Zavala, Mays, Corbett was rated higher, so I'm playing him as the veteran. Kingston, and then Christensen's a backup across the entire offensive line with Kingston, probably second or third string guy. Let's see. We got Brown, Crumity, Wharton, Robinson, Brown, Cam Jackson, left outside linebackers, Nick Scorton, DJ Johnson. Kept him for now. And then I got some extra. I signed Troy Anderson because I'm a big fan of change of direction. Especially when I'm playing, this is just going to be CPU versus CPU. So, but I've always been a fan of signing him when I can. And I have some mentors here that I was messing around with, and I put Princely at the middle linebacker. Long story short, I may be changing it up here because I had Scorton at the middle linebacker too. I was trying to develop him, but this mod does not allow like the focus training. So I'm learning the mod as well and seeing what it kind of play in progress. But just to get this game through, because I actually played one yesterday and it was actually really freaking fun. It was fun. I liked watching it. It was had its ups and downs, but it was fun. I signed Caleb Farley. I was looking for some, I don't know, depth or hopefully improvement along the at cornerback position. But there really wasn't that much. So once again, in theme with the change of direction and the fact that he played with us last year, I just re-signed him. I didn't want to go too far unrealistic. He's a four-string cornerback. I'm actually having below Smith Wade in the depth chart because I basically have Horn, Jackson, Smith Wade, Farley, and then because I don't even know who this guy is. Maybe I need to freshen up my knowledge of the Panthers' current roster. Morig and Richardson, and then we got Ransom starting, and then this was a mentor that I signed. Again, I don't know. sorry. Again, I don't know if they're going to do anything with this progression tool that the mod comes with. And then we finally got ourselves a young, promising kicker. Hopefully, it works out. He's got a good kick power. His accuracy sucks, though, so we'll see. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to get into the game. I'm going to shut up unless something amazing. I'll chime in if something awesome happens, maybe at halftime or I don't know. I mean, I'm sure nobody wants to hear my fucking voice any longer. Let's get this fucker started. Okay, this is weird. I'm not used to the game taking this long. I just played a game. I just watched a game yesterday. All right. I wonder if we have to restart this shit. Pardon the technical difficulties here. All right, we're going to go ahead and restart the game. I don't want to fuck with the stream. So just fast forward or whatnot. I know Madden itself does that a little bit, but this is the first time I've seen it happen with this mod, which granted I haven't been using it a lot. Just started yesterday. Who knows? With any luck, maybe StreamYard might let me edit this part out later. Okay, loading up here. Let's see if it works now. What the fuck is going on here? What? Oh, motherfucker. What the hell happened? What? Not enough players at tight end? Oh. Wait a second. How the hell did Jatavian Sanders get hurt? All right, screw this, man. We're starting from right here. Okay. Gotta go all black, baby. So I have my own like little playbook that I was playing with. I couldn't even remember. I couldn't tell you if I even tried designing my own plays, but I've noticed that when I do CPU versus CPU, like they tend to only call plays out of one formation or what seems like one formation. So I always have to switch it back. All right, with any, hopefully this doesn't freeze up. If this freezes up, I'm just gonna freaking have to start the whole recording over. Here we go. All right, game one underway.
And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Packers and the Panthers next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to North Carolina and the bustling city of Charlotte as we welcome you inside Bank of America Stadium, the home of the Panthers. Thanks for having us in to kick off a new year. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, you lived this as a player. It's so exciting for us as fans, but now after that long off season to get your body ready and your team ready and your game ready, finally show everybody what it's all about. Week one of the season has arrived.
Yeah, and at this stage in the process, Mike, you're exactly right. All you want is for this ball to be kicked off. You're tired of practicing. You're tired of the off-season workouts. You're tired of the preparation for
So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week one, and off we go on EA Sports. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time, and they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking, all right, new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And man, you get through that first game and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
There's a short one caught by Sanders. And And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
At the Packers' 18-yard line.
Now the first carry for Chuba Hubbard. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Hubbard. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal. He's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Not what you want to see quarter 1 of week 1. Out of the shotgun, Young. That one taken in. Adam Thielen. Touchdown, Carolina. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution. And that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm. And that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
The extra point is good. And the Panthers have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Keyshawn Nixon going to bring it out of the end zone. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the
So
first
quick
time.
note here on our depth chart for pass rushing, you're going to see some combinations
There's just something special
with
about week one,
between
isn't it, Mike? I mean, after months
Wanham
of
and Scorton
speculation,
and
it
Princely,
finally
you know,
hits you.
switching
The
sides
season
depending
has
on the
arrived.
formation.
This is the first time where we're going to get to see a lot of the debuts of players on new teams, new coaches, rookies taking the field for the very first time in a meaningful game. The preseason is one thing, but it's an entirely different level of excitement once opening weekend rolls around. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see what's in store for us, that these games finally now matter.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down,
Sam, they had him running there.
you want to extend this drive.
You're also going to see on a 3-4 formation, you know, you're not going to see Roseboom in there. You're going to see Jewel and Trevin Wallace, but more of a nickel, you're more going to see Trevin Wallace and Roseboom.
From the gun, it's Love. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety.
Okay, for the record, I did not boost the pass rushing just for one team.
What's he going to do? And well, there's the answer. He's going to give the defense 2 points.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, Mike, did he just lose track of actually how far he was retreating? And at some point, you think that ball's going to come out and he's going to throw it away and move on to the
And I
next
didn't
down,
touch
but
any other team's
he did it,
roster.
and now the defense is going to take advantage and get 2 points.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Brings up 2nd
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
A second down throw for Young. That one incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
The motion man is Sanders. From the gun here on third down, it's Young. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
To return, it's Nixon. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Trayvon Merrick up to make the tackle. Second down and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. What can they do here on third down and 7? Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free.
Oh, damn.
Fortunately, this is
Of course the screen would
so no turnover.
screw us on third down.
It's actually going to wind up a first down. And good work there to get the first down yardage, and maybe better fortune that they get the ball back and Greg retained possession.
Nice job by the back there, Mike. He's able to get the first down, and I know that's where his mind was, but he can't forget to protect the ball, and that's the utmost importance. And fortunately for him, in this case, the ball ends up going out of bounds.
They'll try the zone read on first and 10. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. On play action, Love. That one on target to Watson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
Still second down.
On second down, Love. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it's going to be third down. They try to run it with Lloyd. Uh-oh. And the Packers are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Christian Watson, touchdown, Green Bay. Greg, we better tie those shoelaces tight. We could be in for a track meet. Great start on offense in this one.
Yeah, it certainly has, Mike. And I think the biggest thing for this offense is how they've bounced back to some early adversity. They found themselves trailing here in the first quarter, and they cut into that lead. I got a feeling this thing's going to go back and forth, and we're going to have some fireworks ahead of us.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Young. Going to set up the screen here to Hubbard. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
The relationship between the back and the offensive lineman is now the key for the run after catch. You want to make sure those linemen don't get too far down the field where they can't help protect the back. So once the running back catches it, there's a go-go call. Now everyone knows it's time to go downfield. The running back falls in behind them, and that's the landmark of the screen play.
Okay, this game's a little bit too real.
From the gun, it's Young. Off he goes.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Here's a toss left side. It's Hubbard. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
That's to the right, caught by Sanders. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Not what you want to see quarter 1 of week 1. Here's Sam Martin now. And John to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. He'll try to run for it.
That's a really good effort on 3rd down, just trying to make something.
I don't know what the fuck they're celebrating.
What he got, but it's
Ransom, you gotta take the bigger hit there, buddy. Lower that fucking shoulder.
On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. So, 1st quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. 9-7 is our score. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Young. Oh, the short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Young hands it to Hubbard. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. finding room at midfield. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
On the give, it's Hubbard. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Way Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Young. Quick throw, taken in. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
On first down is Young. That into the hands of Hubbard.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
On 2nd down, Young. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Young. A throw, left side, caught by Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds, but he got the first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal. They're going to mark it at the 6. Young. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. The motion man is Sanders. They'll go play action with Young. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs. You need
Throw it to Tet.
You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
He'll try and get. He is in.
Oh, what the fuck? Little guy thinks he's fucking Cam.
2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him. And in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Williams now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Packers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with first down. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Here's Love. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big third down pickup for a first down. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Not much. Second and long coming up. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. Back to throw is Love. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and to also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Panthers offense headed back to take over once more. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Quick throw here is complete. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. He'll find his tight end, Tommy Tremble.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
The motion man is Sanders. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. He's going to keep it himself. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Young to throw on 1st down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. To the right side and corralled by Thielen. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. To throw is Young. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
A second down throw for Young. Now he'll run it.
That's a smart play. Second down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable third down.
From the gun, it's Young. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. The Panthers going to turn things over to the field goal unit. This from 30 yards out. The kick is perfect, right down the middle. And the Panthers going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Still a little time, final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Packers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll start out first down and 10. From the gun, it's Love. This one up top for Dobbs. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down.
Let's get an INT here, buddy.
Back to the air, it's Love. That one on target to Watson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That one knocked away and incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Dobbs that time. Now it's going to be third down. Now Love. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers are back within a score. They trail now by 6.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we've reached halftime here on NFL Kickoff Weekend as we get you to Orlando. Say hello to my old pal, Jonathan Coachman, with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start at Raymond James Stadium, an NFC South matchup between New Orleans and Tampa Bay. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Mike Evans with a touchdown catch from Baker Mayfield. From there, it's a short trip in the Sunshine State down to Miami, as the Dolphins are at home as well. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tua with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. 2 touchdowns in that ball game for DeAndre Swift. We saw a strong first half out of the Alabama man and former #1 selection, Bryce Young. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground. to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Like we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Packers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. To throw is Love. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Love. Catch is made by Romeo Dobbs. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. Now Jacobs. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. The veteran Josie Jewell there for the stop. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. His throw left side is complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Packers.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. He'll get that complete to Dontavian Wicks.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
A 2nd down throw for Love. Quickly to the outside and complete. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down. Running is Jacobs. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. We'll go play action with Love. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked up.
There we go.
File this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The Panthers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this 2nd half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's Young. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. In motion comes the tight end, Evans. There's a short one caught by Sanders. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. 20-yard pickup there. It's good for a Panther 1st down. Throwing is Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
That's to the right, caught by Sanders. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. The motion man is Sanders. From the gun here on third down, it's Young. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And this is going to set up a long field ahead. Backed up as it is touchdown inside the 10. The Packers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down. A run up the middle with Jacobs. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Love to throw. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Throwing is Love. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Jacobs. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes third down. On third down, here's Lloyd. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down. On the ground, it's Jacobs. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw is Love. That's caught. It's Marshawn Lloyd. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is third down. To throw is Love. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
On first down, it's Love. That is into the hands of Wicks.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line. Here is a big one. Third down and 2. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defense...
To the goal line and in. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers. The game-tying touchdown here in the fourth quarter and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this fourth quarter lead.
McManus on for the point after. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the fourth quarter. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. The return starts from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Panthers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. The motion man is Sanders. Young to throw on first down. All alone is the tight end Sanders. They face second down and 7. The motion man is Sanders. We're going to run right over center with Hubbard. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. They'll motion over Thielen. From the gun, it's Young. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 1st and 10. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Here's a screen now for Lloyd. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And 3rd down just became a lot tougher. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Love. Off he goes. What a good choice to get out and run. That's a pickup of 18 and a 1st down.
This is the point in the game, Mike. We're on 3rd down. You have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the 1st down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
Love gonna give it to Lloyd. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
On 2nd down, Love for the middle. That one caught by Watson. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. They'll run over center, and it's Lloyd. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll go again with Lloyd. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Here's Love. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. The Panthers will take their 1st timeout. Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal. On play action, Love. That is caught by the tight end, Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Green Bay. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the 4th quarter, I think they feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers are going to open up the lead to 8. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. A big play in the game now. 3rd down and 1. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll go. Young. That's taken in.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Here's Christian Watson and the rest of the Packer offense heading back onto the field. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the handoff, it's Lloyd running right. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Another run here with Lloyd. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Try to run it with Lloyd.
Typically, I'm the first one to be screaming up here to keep your offense on the field, be aggressive and go for it. But I think at this stage of the 4th quarter, possessions are at a premium. I think you take this field goal, make it a 2-possession game, and I think now it's really hard for your opponent to have enough time to come back.
And this one online, and it is good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. Now Young. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A throw left side, taken in by Thielen. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap. This is a tough spot. 3rd down and 10. Here we go. One final play. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So it's a win here for the visiting Packers.
All right. Not the best start to the season, but
getting the victory.
I'm going to show you guys here the potential or the draft class that we're going to be looking forward to.
For Greg Olsen,
I'm going to have to do some switches on the depth chart to help with the running game a little bit.
You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
We'll take a look at the stats too. All right, so we held them to 108 yards. They held us to 51 yards rushing. We got 6 more passing yards than they did, but, we passed a whole shit ton. – 63% completion for Bryce. Jordan Love was their highest rusher. Derek Brown, Wanham, Ransom. That's nice. Good to see. Hopefully there's like a cornerback or something in the draft. There we go. So top 5, edge rusher, Drew Allar, a couple offensive tackles. That might be something I look towards too, to replace Moulton. I like my cornerbacks a little thicker than 181 pounds, personally. Maybe improve the middle linebacker. Yeah, see, I don't know. I kind of like these safeties. I'd like to just to get them to develop. I like our edge guys right now. I could be looking at a cornerback, middle linebacker, tackle. I think our wide receivers are pretty good, but Thielen's going to be leaving. I don't know, might get a depth guy. But we do have several on the practice squad, but might get a better one. Oh, that guy's a big guy right there. But right now I got my scout set up to look for cornerbacks. All right, that'll do it for this one. Until next game.